People are travelling across international boundaries in larger numbers than ever before. On arrival, and coming from a different cultural perspective, can make life very confusing, stressful, and may impede communication and learning. How can we expect newcomers from a foreign country to fit into their work or study lives without having some understanding of both their own culture and that of the country they're in? Over the past 9 years, I've been facilitating cultural transition workshops with groups in work and educational settings in different countries. I've brought these exercises together in a book entitled Facilitating Cultural Transitions and Change. So what's it all about? As Kofi Annan, Secretary General of the United Nations, said, tolerance, intercultural dialogue and respect for diversity are more essential than ever in a world where peoples are becoming more and more closely interconnected. So how do we develop skills to support intercultural dialogue and respect? We can't assume that this happens naturally. For some people it's hard, for others they just don't know what they don't know. UNESCO proposes that cultural competencies are not only important life skills, but are part of human rights and responsibilities as well. Let's look at a student leaving home to study abroad. Saying goodbye can be stressful for those departing and those staying at home. But sojourners who are prepared before departure often manage their cultural transitions more easily. Culture matters. It underpins our behaviours and values, and sojourners deserve our support to help them manage cultural transitions. It's part of our duty of care. Meeting new people can be hard for some. Greetings, small talk and how we show respect varies from culture to culture. A cultural induction helps people to settle in. A questioning approach matters. The metaphor of being a cultural detective and asking questions assists participants to be curious, and this helps to prevent stereotyping. In one exercise, participants are asked to imagine they are representing their country at an international conference on the moon. They choose and draw aspects of their culture that they are proud of. Participants then report to the rest of the group. The pictures that are produced are explicit, colourful and fun, and they act as a useful memory aid when people are speaking. One participant commented, "It makes me feel so good to talk about my culture and to have people listen and ask questions. I felt so proud." Feelings matter too. Picture cards help participants to identify emotions during transition time. In small groups, people have an opportunity to discuss the mixed feelings they are experiencing during transitions. When feeling words are collated on a flip chart, participants realise they are not alone and realise that the conflicting emotions are a normal part of transition time, and usually they don't last forever. Enabling participants to explore their cultures more deeply may be achieved by mapping cultural values as well as behaviours. Values may then be plotted on a sticky wall, and everyone can see the variations on a continuum. This enables participants to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of different cultural values. They can discuss bridging strategies. This is important to encourage communication and prevent misunderstandings in multicultural groups. As cultural detectives, the observations of newcomers of the new culture is important too. What do you see that you like, don't like? What's the same as at home and what's different? Time travels quickly, and before returning home, it's important to celebrate endings and achievements. After celebrating, going home preparations matter. Research tells us that the return home transition can be more problematic than the arrival transition. Why? Because people expect things to be the same. But sojourners have changed, so have the people back home. Role play is useful to prepare participants for meeting family members, bosses and colleagues for the first time. How can new learning be transferred to the local situation back home? Is it suitable for the home culture? If yes, how can it be explained using local cultural metaphors? For example, this woman is describing the characteristics of a facilitator using her drawing of the popular Hindu elephant god Ganesh as a metaphor. So as we have seen, the use of a variety of learning activities and active interaction in the training room, participants develop a better understanding of themselves, each other, and their cultural environment, and as a result manage their transitions more positively and successfully for the benefit of all.